but like, you know, I don't know. I find like men get really like comfortable, and then I don't know.
Yeah, like in my experience, I get really comfortable with them, and then I do something, and then they don't like me anymore, and then they leave. Like that's just what it is. I get it.
Well, I mean, you gotta keep it spicy, I suppose, right? Like if, especially once you start having kids and shit, like
in the bedroom.
no, but like you can't just like, I don't know. Marriage is tricky, and I just think people shouldn't get married. They should just stay common law, if that's, you know.
Or get a prenup.
Fuck that, no prenup.
Yeah.
I also don't like agree with like robbing the guy blind either. Like that's disgusting. Like how could you marry somebody and then just like take everything that they have? Like that's
She
not okay.
took everything.
I know my husband's best friend. He got married, and like she was just so fucking irresponsible with money. Like I'm grabbing my face because it like makes me angry, and she just wanted like to keep up with the Kardashians and have like the nicest shit. Like she was younger, way younger than us, and like if somebody got a new couch, like they were paying like at one point it's like 3 payments and 3 different sets of furniture. Like that's insanity to me. And then she ended up leaving him, and he fucking had to move back in with his parents. Like I can't imagine having to do that at like my age. Like, and I mean, now he's like with this other girl, and he's kind of doing the same shit. But I mean, if you don't learn the first time, I can't help you. But she took everything. Like her grandparents gave a lot of money for like the house and shit like that. But he got fucking robbed. Like just completely every single thing that he had was taken away, and they didn't even have kids yet. Like that's not right. Like how do you marry somebody and then just fucking destroy them because it doesn't work out? I would just pick up my shit and go.
It does cause hesitance with moving forward in a relationship. Like that it just puts a bad taste in your mouth, and you don't want to deal with it anymore. So you just stay single until something that's actually worth it comes along, you know?
Well, or you get in a relationship and then you don't want to marry that person, and then that person wants to get married because they've never been married before, and it's a big fucking... I would never get remarried, I don't think. But, I mean, that's... I don't know. It's hard to say. Everyone's different. Like, my husband's parents are divorced, and, like, I can't even picture them being married. Like, they're both remarried now, and I can't picture them together.
My grandparents were together 58 years before Grandpa passed.
Hello, Bucket. Bucket, are you working, or can you come up? Sorry, Buckeye. I think you'll never remarry. Well, maybe if you meet the right little peach, you might remarry.
That peach has got to be sweet, though. Like,
oh my God. Hey, Nashville. Come on up if you want to. Oh, there you are. I don't know. Things are tricky. People lose interest. I get it.
Did someone say peaches? I like peaches.
And that's kind of why I'm scared to. I'm even scared to have kids anymore. You know, because like I know I want them now, but like what happens when that happens, and then I'm dealing with the kid every day, or the baby mama, and then she's a fucking train wreck, and then it just snowballs from there.
Well, I mean, I don't think you have to deal with kids. Like, kids are your kids. Like,
well, I don't know. I don't have kids. I'm still dreaming about beating them.
oh God. Watch what you say. We'll have somebody coming flying in here that you're abusing somebody. How many kids do you have? Is it Brahim?
Yeah, I have
Nah, Brahim the Dream.
I have 1 in Germany and 2 in Dubai.
Oh wow! So you don't get to see your kids.
And where are you?
No, I do. The moms have to pay for me to fly out there. That was the deal I made.
That's not me.
Oh, so she pays for you to fly out there. That's nice.
I get that deducted from child support.
And where are you located? I just came in. Sorry if you've already said.
Kansas.
No,
Kansas.
He's here in Alberta. No, he's in Alberta with the same as me.
Oh, okay.
Canada power. Oh my gosh, it's getting so. It gets like so cold.
So
like,
how
so
often do you
fast.
get to visit your kids? Just out of curiosity.
Well, so it's supposed to be twice a year because
Sorry,
of
I'm late to the party.
the hotel expenses.
Hey, Muppet.
Tap the screen, please, everyone.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, hopefully that'll improve for you, brother.
They're getting
Oh my
old
God.
enough where they can come for a month in the summer.
Yeah.
Fucking Brandon.
Hi, Mupe.
How
I
come
didn't
they
mean
put
to
you
question
the-
on your live when I was in the car today, but that guy got my goat.
Which guy?
The guy that you came up and tried to white knight
Me?
about marriage, yeah, and
Well,
he
fucking-
wasn't
he
going to
was
get
getting, like,
married.
hounded. No, he was
I
getting
don't
hounded
give
for
a
an
shit.
hour.
He was
Not.
a simp.
Wow, you can't force somebody to get married. Like, why get
You
married if
can't.
you don't want
You
to be
can't.
married?
Why are you with somebody for 12 years and not committing?
Well, because
That
he
was
wants to
my
keep his
question.
fucking options open. He clearly
Right,
wanted to get his...
right,
Level of commitment. That's all I was trying to say.
exactly.
Yeah, no, I understood where you were coming from. I just
Like,
felt
I'm
bad 'cause-
sorry, if I was with somebody for what, 11 years,
Yeah.
and they didn't put a ring on my finger, I would literally like question myself every day. Like, what am I doing wrong?
No shit.
And if he
Yes.
left me and found somebody else, would he be putting a ring on their finger like after a year?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That's
You
the
know,
part
it's
people
always
Yeah,
gonna
because
be
he
like
learned
these
he
different
learned his
thoughts.
lesson. So like the next girl, he's gonna be like, "Yep, it's
Yeah,
it's
but-
got to be
No,
quick."
but
Either
he
I
it's
hasn't
know
found
not
the
or-
right
fair.
person yet, right? I
It's
don't
not
think she's
fair
his
to.
forever.
Life's not fair.
It's not fair to use a decade of someone's life and not commit.
Well, and for him to say she doesn't want to get married, like,
That's
Muppet,
bullshit.
how much bullshit is that?
Right.
That's bullshit.
That's what I
And
said.
that's what I
but
tried
just
telling
the
him. Like,
same.
I try to give him a woman's perspective.
Well, that's-
Even
that-
if she
yeah, we
says she
did.
doesn't want it, she's fucking lying.
She's lying.
Yeah.
Like, he was headstrong, but he, I don't know, he sounded like he knew exactly what his obstacles were, but I think whoever just said that, you nailed it. He would break up with her and meet the
But
right
this is the
person
thing that
and
he was
propose.
like, I felt like he was contradicting himself because he was talking about how, oh, I'm faithful regardless. Okay, well, if you're so faithful, then just get married. If you know you're not going to cheat, then just get
Right.
married.
How'd
Right.
that be
Like,
for?
You're
No,
making
when he
can't
excuses.
cheat.
He said how many times?
And
I
then
want
he
to know
was,
if I
like,
cheat, then
basically
I
talk
just...
about- Never mind.
Yeah,
No,
he said
go.
if I cheat, I just
Say it,
leave.
that's all
And
right.
like, there's
No, I don't want to say it.
security.
That's I stopped myself.
Please don't.
Is this a
Get it
new
out,
leaf?
Eric.
Are you turning a new leaf?
Who?
You.
What? By stopping myself?
Yeah.
She made the claim today that she's the nicest person out there.
I am nice.
She
I
is
think so.
nice.
Thank you, Belle. I'm very nice.
I said it too.
She's nice, but when you fucking switch, that's okay. I'm the same way.
Just don't cross me any type of way or I'll fuck you up.
You got that shit right. I'm
When
scared
did you say
to.
that one time?
I'm
I
scared
will
to not be
destroy
your
you with
friend.
my words.
Kind of like dude's partner. She's scared to cross him or leave.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with insecurities.
Well, if
Yeah.
that girl heard how he was talking today, man, she'd be packing her bags and getting the fuck out of there.
And that's why I brought up his parents, and it was pretty brutal. It sounds like, and there was commitment from his mother 4 times, but never a level of forever.
But that's not true because my family, my mother had commitment issues, and so did my
Yeah.
husband's mom. And look, we're married. We found each other. We knew we were right for each other, and here we are.
Bill,
But you-
I mean,
you
I have
gotta
to call you out
admit-
a little bit. Hold on, Nash. I have to call you out a little bit because you said that you got married because you wanted that piece of paper. Like,
No, I
you
didn't.
wanted the contract.
No, I didn't.
No,
I said,
she said that was one of the benefits.
She wanted that last name. That's what it was.
no, I didn't change my last name.
Oh, then
You're-
we're not
you're
getting
It's a
one of
sense
those?
She said it was a sense of security.
Goodbye.
I didn't change the last name because I love my last name, and it's expensive
care.
to change all of it.
I don't care. No, if you're marrying
It's
me,
free
you're
with a
gonna be
marriage
Dietrich.
license.
It
No, it's
doesn't
not.
matter.
Changing my last name was honestly hard because it was.
I'd
it was a
also have to
difficult
go
decision.
and change my last name in my birth country.
How is it expensive to change your name? You just fucking call them.
I want to change my last name because I hate it.
You know what?
Is it Weenus?
Muppet weenus.
Let me say this real quick. Sometimes guys need to be pulled into their future. right? Like,
What do you mean by that, Block?
if they're
No,
with,
it's the man's job to lead.
You mean that a man
no,
needs
that's not
another
true.
mother?
That's not always true.
Hold on, let me take notes.
Yeah, because like that's not always true. Like a good woman will pull a man into his future. But
Why
here's
doesn't the
thing,
man do it himself?
Because he doesn't have the motivation. Like sometimes like he could do it himself, and some men do. Other men get pulled in. It's kind of like this, right?
Preach, Block.
Let's say you have a girl and you know that she's fun, but really she's a distraction, and she's like distracting you from your like noble purpose, right? Then there's other women that come into your life. They'll pull you into your noble person or a noble.
Not
purpose.
the noble purpose.
Yeah, they'll pull you into your future. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is this, right? Guys would not get married because they can. If that option is on the table for them to be with you and not commit, and you allow it, a lot of times they'll do it as long as they can, until you kind of give them some pressure, some pushback, and then sometimes they'll step into it. Sometimes they just need a little bit of a push.
My ex
You're saying
sister hit
because
me with a car.
I think because women are, for the most part, like natural nurturers,
No, they're not.
right? Like they have that kind of nurturing sort of.
I would say
thing.
yes.
And
Well, yeah, they have.
And-
Yeah,
I mean,
my wife is definitely going to be nurturing.
yeah, because
That's
they
what
got to
will
raise
my
children, and they have babies, and they have to be nurturing with the babies and everything.
I don't nurture my husband.
Well, it's-
like
but it's like instinctual for most women. We're doing a blanket statement here, right?
no, I agree with you, but
Yeah.
like we want to take care of everybody and everything, and when you start
And
shitting
men
on
are a
that
little
and not
bit-
being appreciative, then you can fucking suck a dick, right?
Men are a little bit more
Only if you're
slow
lucky.
than women, I think.
What? You said we're more what?
I just said that men are a little bit more slow than women. Like just
Yeah.
well, we are. You can't like
What do you
but
mean
you have to-
slow?
I don't
We're
think
just
that's really
slower.
what
We don't
Block was
learn as
explaining.
quickly as women do. Women are like sharper,
I read
you
it,
know.
but that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because
no.
the right woman is going, like you said, pull you into your manhood of becoming into your own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because here's
It
my
gives you a
point.
reason to try.
This is what I'll say too. It's not like you
And
guys are
support
so.
to a try.
It's not like you guys are so mismatched. Because if you're that mismatched, then you guys shouldn't be together. Because I think long term, people don't attract what they want; they attract what they are. But even
Muppet,
if
you were really low. Sorry, Block. She was trying to say something.
Oh,
it's all good. But even if you are closely matched, like I said, even then, sometimes you just may need a little bit of a push. You know what I mean, or a little bit of motivation, or a little bit of
Yeah.
like. Because
Yeah.
guys, a lot of time, if they get away with something or they're able to do something for a long time, they'll do it.
Keep doing it.
But if they get a little bit of push, they'll do it for the woman because they love the woman. Then after they do it, I think they'll think that was a good thing. I'm glad she pushed me. You know what I mean? But
I think this is
Yeah.
why like gay dudes are perfect because we're better than all of you.
yeah,
God.
yeah,
For sure. We all agree. Wait.
yeah.
Can you hear the
that's
sincerity
why
in
I
our
hate when
voices?
people say. That's like honestly, like why I hate when people say, "Oh, don't meet somebody until you're married." I think that you can find somebody, right? And you could both be really fucked up. But if the intention is to like become better and to make your partner better, then like I think it can work.
I said that to my best friend when I was like in my early 20s.
But you both have to be
That
willing.
Yeah,
I was
That
like
woman that we're talking about, the Muppet, she
this-
punched a hole through my lip.
Oh my god.
Well, she
Yeah.
wasn't good for you then.
I always say
I loved
relationships.
her, Jerry.
Relationships aren't 50-50. They're 100-100. And that's really how I feel about it. You know, each person. That's why like marriage counseling very rarely works, because the husband blames the wife blames the husband, and they both blame the counselor. You know what I
And
mean?
nobody takes accountability.
Exactly. They got to point that.
Oh no,
critical
I was
finger
on
back
drugs.
at
She was
themselves.
right to punch me in the mouth.
Yeah, like I don't blame anybody. Like I don't know. Like I feel like
I think your partner should make you want to be a better version of yourself.
I think ultimatums are
But you
very
gotta do it for
important
the
in a
partner, too.
relationship.
It's gotta
Yeah.
be a
ultimatums,
both-way
fucking
street.
hands down. Sometimes you got to pull that card.
Ultimatums are the best.
My
Yeah.
husband, I
But if
say
I get in a
more-
marriage and then she's always threatening to leave me, then she can fucking leave. Like I don't
Well,
need
the
that
thing is,
ultimatum.
though,
You're
if
here to
she's
be
threatening
with
to
me
leave you,
and be my partner.
Brandon,
You're
if
not.
Yeah, but wouldn't you want to figure out why she's threatening to leave? Like, wouldn't you want to
No, but this is the thing.
like
It doesn't
analyze it
matter
and see?
because after the first time, if she doesn't like stay word or she doesn't keep her word,
What's up, Muppet?
then you're gonna lose respect. You're gonna see how far you can push
Yep.
the envelope, and you're just gonna think, okay, she just says this just to say it, right?
Yeah, that's
Like,
also
and
why
that's just like-
Listen,
it's important not to make threats you don't mean.
Exactly.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
because then you're honestly just being cruel.
You
at that
back
point.
yourself
You're
into a
saying it
corner.
from
speaking of which, I've got a anecdotal that cost me dearly. When my ex-wife and I used to argue, she'd pull that card. And I would tell her, I said, don't fucking threaten me. Either file it or don't. But you're not going to
just-
sit there and threaten me. It took about
Or
a year
just
and a
punch me in the
half.
face.
But I got a surprise at the door one day with her lying on the couch reading a fucking book waiting on me to answer the door. And I got served. I mean, it was the shittiest way to
Stop
divorce
it. She fucking
ever.
sat there
Yes.
while you got served.
That's a see you next
Yes.
Tuesday kind of lady.
Exactly. Exactly.
Area.
No, that's ghetto. Like fucking the spite.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I'm
See.
sorry. I'm not trying to.
See,
make
me and my
No.
She
husband-
was sitting
I
on your
agree.
couch waiting.
me and my
In the living room where the front door was, and said, "Honey, get the door."
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. She stayed home from work that day.
I want to know the next paragraph in the story, though. Like, so after that happened, and the mail guy, the mail is here. It makes me want to wag my tail. And then you open the mail, and then you're like, oh wait. You look over at the
Right.
couch. So
The
this is how you
PTSD.
feel?
Oh, it hit me like a fucking two before, bro. I ain't
Honest to
joking.
God,
And,
like
and
the fucking rain I would bring down on that.
it
That's
wasn't
fucking
like,
to you. That's
I
not-
mean, we both were. I mean, we were growing apart for years, and that's what happened.
But you were fighting at the time?
Not so much. No.
She calls you honey, though. Honey, go answer the door. Like I would have
Yes.
kept her in there.
Yes.
Was the person dressed up like a pizza man and was like, here.
Right. Except he had a uniform on. Yeah.
The crazy thing is sometimes fighting is okay if you're fighting towards a common goal.
Absolutely.
Always
Like you
okay.
could even not be
100%.
fighting, but that doesn't mean that everything's okay. That means a lot of times you just don't care enough to fight anymore.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Right.
fucking true, man. That's fucking.
And it was about to that point, Block. That's a very good way of putting it. We were beyond fighting. It was like, fuck it, we're just here. We were roommates practically with two
Coexisting.
kids. Yeah, coexisting with two kids.
Like let me ask you this too. I always
Or
say
as
that what
Gwyneth Paltrow would call it.
I always say what women want, right? I always say what they want, and I'm gonna have to break this down a little bit. But I always say they want like mastery over the alpha, and the trick is not letting them have that. It's the pursuit of mastery that keeps them interested. Once they master you, they don't want you anymore. Like let's say
Yes.
you're like
The
let's say
thrill
you're
of
like
the
a
hunt.
good man, you're a noble man, and they do want to conquer you. The women kind of do. They think they do, but if they ever did, then they would lose interest in you. So it's you keeping them on their toes that keeps them
Yes.
interested.
My
Yeah.
mom says that all the time. The only reason that you're married so long is like because he doesn't put up with your shit.
Yep.
Mhm,
Yeah.
'cause you're not bored yet.
Oh, look at
No,
Will
I'm
Smith.
a man eater.
Like Will Smith, right? Jada wanted freedom. Will
No,
wanted Jada.
that guy's he's gay, first of all.
Okay. all right.
He
Well,
is.
Maybe. But here's my point, though, right? He wanted. Let's say, okay, because look,
We're
she
not
wanted-
using Will Smith as an
Hold on, he's
example for
talking,
anything.
Well, you're saying
Can you
you're
guys
saying
stop
Will
cutting
Smith
him
is
off?
gay.
It's so
It doesn't make
Now,
sense. Like
what's
if he's gay, but like tell us like the wisdom of him being gay or something.
Well,
Let's
that's
go-
why she shaved her head, so she looked more like a
Oh
man,
my
so that he
God.
could get turned on.
Okay, so
I thought
Oh
she
my
was doing
God.
Rapunzel.
yeah, he's gay and she shaved her head. It's not that she has that disease that she keeps crying about.
Block. She sucks though. Like she actually
They
Yeah,
all
sucks.
she's
suck.
awful.
I know she
That was a
sucks.
red flag.
She definitely does suck, and that's like kind of my point. Like, let me just say this real quick. She wanted other people. He wanted her, right? He didn't want to lose her, so he decided to share her. But a woman really doesn't want to be shared, right? Because then she loses respect for the man, right? Ever since then, he's been trying to overcompensate for her losing respect for him. And no matter what he does, and this is the hard, and I've seen a lot of men in this position. Once a woman completely loses respect for you,
It's hard to get it
the
back.
harder you fight to get her back, the more respect she loses for you, the more pathetic you look. Once she loses that respect for you, the more you fight for her, the weaker you look, and it does the opposite of what you want it to do. Like what you need to do is fall back, lay down your foundations again, and be willing to fucking walk away from her. and you tell her, listen, we could split. These are my fucking boundaries, and I'm gonna walk away from you if I need to. And then if she wants you, she could come back to you. But once you're groveling for her love, the more fucking effort you put into it, the less she respects you.
You make a woman sound like a cat though when you speak about it like that.
No, he doesn't. He's fucking nailing it every time. Everything he says is actual facts.
No, like I agree with that. Like I obviously don't know a lot about like straight relationships, like from firsthand experience. Oh yeah. Oh no, yeah. I forgot. I am. I promise. I'm
Watch the new Andrew Tate.
Blocker,
you know what? Listen. I'm offended by that. Andrew Tate is the new block. You know what I mean? I've been doing this.
Right.
Are you a counselor of some kind?
Me?
Yeah.
Perhaps I am. You know, I don't
Why
like
do
to
you
get
know so
on what I
much?
do because everybody hates me on this app. But perhaps I am. Perhaps I.
Oh, nobody hates you.
Why are you analyzing my life right now?
We both know.
Just
know that's not
liberals.
true. But yeah, let's just say I have a background in psychology. Let's say that's what I do. But yeah.
What, the internet?
No,
Oh, shut up.
psychology.
Yes.
You know,
He's
like
got a
Sorry, Wade.
he's got a degree in TikTok.
yeah, I got a degree in.
I think we all have a
heterosexual
fucking degree in
relationships.
TikTok, to be honest.
Wait, hold on. I have a
don't.
question. Sonia, did Anchor make you that background?
No.
Okay.
It's a nice
it blurry?
background.
I was about to say.
Is it like
No,
too
it's
good?
great.
You're like, I want one like that.
Well, I was about to say, if Anchor made you that background and he like does mine half-assed, I'm gonna be pissed.
yeah, that's what I thought.
No,
That's what I thought you were
Trippy.
gonna
Trippy
say.
makes backgrounds for a little bit of a moolah. If anybody's interested.
Great
Hey,
background.
let me ask you: don't they just download an app and then just do it real quick?
No,
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Regardless. it's
Yeah,
still
I
you
can
take
make
it.
that
No,
in
no,
like
but I'm
5
saying, isn't-
seconds.
But isn't that's
Okay.
what I'm saying? Like, can't because I'm saying for
Again.
myself. I'm not talking about who's good or who's bad at this.
No, I know.
I'm saying if I wanted to, I think I could just probably download an app and then do it on there.
Yeah, you can get like
to look this good.
Yeah, I
Poster
think so.
Maker or you can yeah.
Yeah,
Wade,
like, I can't-
okay, Wade. Can you make me a background, Wade? You talk the talk. Let's walk the walk.
Well, I mean,
What do you want it to say?
yeah. If you have a history of editing, you could do that actually pretty easy. Like I'm looking at that background now, I could do that pretty easy. But I'm not saying it's not
after
good.
you've
It's
seen the
good.
background,
There's Trippy.
it's
Trippy's in
creating.
the comments.
Hey, is Trippy a fighter? Is that who it is?
I can do that on
Or is it a
Cricket.
different Trippy?
I can do
Sonia,
that in
I'm gonna make
Microsoft
you a
Word.
flat Earth debate background.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Please. I love
I've been like
flat
wanting
Earth.
to research it so I could fucking actually do it.
Let's do it.
Tolerate.
Somebody
Flat
called me a
Earth people.
globy the other day. They're like, "What are you, a
Globy.
globy?" Globy.
Well,
That's an
flat earthers
insult
are
for
called
people that don't believe in
flirters.
flat Earth. It's crazy. Globy.
All right, y'all.
Flat
I'm
Earth
going
is
to
like my
bed.
favorite thing ever. Or Hollow Earth is
Night-night.
really fun
You're
too.
going to
Oh,
bed.
yeah.
I am. I'm tired.
Okay.
What are you tired from doing? Did you work today? I thought
I
you were
worked
off.
yesterday for 9.5 hours. I'm exhausted.
9.5.
Oh no.
Jesus.
It took you that long to make a sandwich for your husband?
But if you, I got 6 hours of sleep the past 2 days.
That catches up, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Well, I hate to see you go, but do what you got to do, dear.
All right, I'll stay.
Right? It's
Aw.
like
You
peer
talk me
pressure.
into you talk me into it.
You guys, I'm freezing. Like, why do I walk so far?
It's so hot here.
It's so fucking cold.
What's
It's
the
cold?
temperature?
Like
So
freezing.
fucking hot.
It's like 20
Fucking
degrees.
Hold on.
20 degrees.
See,
Hold on, let me check.
Ugh, I
it's
smell like
supposed
a
to get down
sub.
to like 40. You smell like a sock.
Yeah, it's like 20
A
degrees. here.
stub.
It's super hot.
Oh, I thought you said a sock.
No, like Subway.
Oof.
What?
Okay, it says it's 12, but like it's fucking cold. Like I got my kids' mitts on.
Where's all the viewers at? Are you
I don't
shadow
know.
man?
Probably.
Hmm.
Nah, it's because I'm on my iPad tapping my own screen. Oh, what was that, hippie? What'd you say?
Here, I'll tap.
Hey, what does the top right topic say?
Can you not
Blur.
read it?
I could read
No,
everything
I can't
else.
see that.
Yeah, that one's like small.
Trippy,
Something
can you not read it?
Feminism is not.
Oh, modern
about
feminism is not about equality, it's about equity.
equity.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's the
modern
writing.
feminism.
Yeah, there's no like, yeah, like
Yeah, that one's a little
even
blurred.
equality is a myth. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that's
it
just
is.
the reality of it.
It's
Equality is a myth.
utopia.
Yeah, we should be nice to people, but like thinking people are gonna be like equal. Even us, we're not even equal to ourselves most days.
Right.
You know?
But like, so do you guys experience like wage difference between the sexes? Because like I've never
That's
actually
not
had
even
that.
a real thing.
Yeah,
No.
if you break it down for like women typically just don't ask for more money, and they also
Right.
like work less. They just do. They don't work as many hours. They don't work as much overtime. You know what I
No,
mean?
it's true. My friend.
I was like about to argue that, but can't.
What's true?
See, my
How
friend.
do you know that?
How do I know what?
How would you know that?
Because he's a man.
Statistics. Yeah, the
Where?
national statistics on. Just Google it. I could send you the link, but you could just Google it. But yeah, they work less.
Because
They
if
take
it's
more
on the
time
internet,
off.
it has to be true, right?
Well, I mean,
I
you
would
could.
say that's
Well,
100%
yeah.
true. Most
Do you have an
men do.
argument
Yes.
better than mine? Do you have a?
I think it
or
just depends on the job.
No, I don't. I'm just like, I don't know.
Wade's
Just
just
talking shit.
intrigued.
just talking shit for the sake of talking shit. I got it. But yeah, no, I mean that's
yeah,
the thing too.
it's
Like,
called
okay,
opposition. That's what everyone wants these
but you
days.
know,
right?
women like
No, but-
women don't ask for raises. That's another big thing too. They hardly ask for raises compared to men.
True.
Yeah, they're just more
'Cause we're
agreeable.
They don't
They're less
negotiate.
confrontational. Yeah, if they would have asked for more, they would get more. They just need to ask for more a lot more of the time.
That's not
Well, you don't
always
even
true. I
ask,
asked
you
for a
demand.
raise once.
Well, nothing's always true. But yeah, I'm just saying in general, on average. But
I
yeah,
say it's absolute.
Like my husband works way more hours than I ever did. But I worked.
Yeah,
I mean,
me too.
not to mention men do like far more dangerous jobs. You know what I mean?
yes.
Yeah.
No, my job was more dangerous than my husband's.
Oh yeah, but you're still
That's
just
a
one
personal.
person. Yeah,
I
I'm
know
talking
you
on
are, but
average.
what am I?
So he
Yeah.
works in development and computers, and I worked as I did the infancy and in the schools. And a baby blowout is way more dangerous than like
Makes
Like the
sense.
poops?
yeah, when they blow out.
like poopies.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen.
That shit's
I can.
dangerous.
I have
Like a
wiped.
projectile
Vomiting?
diarrhea.
I have wiped and changed many of my son's diapers during both
Okay,
of their
but that's
lifetimes.
your
But when it's a
kid.
different child,
It's
it
not the
hits
same.
fucking different.
No.
That's all I'm saying.
No,
Oh, yeah,
I
it
wouldn't do
is.
I couldn't do it.
I
I
remember
barely can do
one
my own
time
kids.
we had this one kid just vomiting against the wall, and me and my coworker were trying to hold ourselves down. We're like, oh, because
I'm like a scream gagger, and I
That's
cannot.
disgusting. That's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say a scream gagger?
What is this?
Yeah.
scream?
That sounds. I don't know what that is. That
Oh,
sounds
like a
awesome.
loud
Yeah, it's
gagger?
loud.
I'm not
Isn't
sure
that
what
a
that is, but
category?
sign me up.
It's
I think it's a
violent.
category on Pornhub.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
it
just
says
loud.
that.
Yeah.
Wait.
That's what
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
thinking.
I'm loud too. When I was pregnant, my whole work can hear when I was throwing up. I mean,
Oh
the
my
walls
God,
were thin,
Riggs.
but you know,
Stop it. You're attached to my waist like enough. Sorry. I'm walking my dog.
is that a dog?
Damn. Is that your child?
No, my
Why is
dog.
your-
It's like he's going after this dog, and I have him wrapped around my waist. It's literally gonna
Is
rip me
Muppet
over.
still here?
Yeah. She'll fall asleep in a minute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. But men definitely do work more overtime. Like my husband
Shut
works
up,
so much.
Nashville.
What?
My husband will
Yeah.
log in.
I'm sitting
at
here
9
wishing you
p.m.
sweet
working at,
dreams.
10 p.m.
Yeah, on average, they work like just a lot more. You know
But,
what I mean?
Yeah, but then women still are responsible. Like, I'm sorry, full-time job, and then you still gotta fucking clean everything and do all the bloody laundry.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I love doing laundry.
oh
see-
God, I
Hate
hate it.
Like
Fuck.
women,
I actually love laundry too.
women always have a second job, and their second
No.
job is
My
usually a lot
problem
more.
with laundry is that I will
Hold on, Block's talking. Jesus
No.
Christ,
Poor
I'm cutting
Block.
him off.
No, I was just gonna say women also have like a second job, and that second job is always like because they have to take care of the family, the kids, the household, laundry, all that shit too. Even when they work, a lot of the time.
Push all the fellatio.
Exactly.
No, dudes will do that
Not
too.
always.
Like, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm from Toronto, so
Yeah,
That's not true.
Yeah, it's generally not how it
My
goes.
fucking husband's gonna
Not with like
laundry.
heterosexual. Like guys usually don't go out, work their ass off, then come home and do dishes and shit.
My
You know what I
husband
mean?
would only do
Yeah, they
my husband
do.
does
They
dishes.
totally
My
do.
husband does dishes. Yes, he does.
I'm talking in general. I'm not talking
Yeah,
like
no.
I'm not
No,
talking
you
about
are.
this one
You're
guy
right.
that we knew or this one guy. There's always going to be like an anecdotal example or like an edge case,
So-
but I'm talking about on averages.
Right.
Oh, you're right.
So I
And
broke
Wade
my
never said
arm.
anything when they were talking about gag reflex. I'm just saying.
So I broke my arm.
Because I don't have one.
Oh my god.
He's
Okay,
like, what is
hold on.
that?
So this is funny.
That's
So I broke my arm in February and I shattered my
That was
wrist.
my
and I
nickname
had
in
to get
prison.
emergency surgery.
Get
And my
what?
husband only did laundry when he almost ran out of underwear. Like I couldn't move.
Oh yeah.
He's like freaking out, coming upstairs to ask me how to do laundry because he's never used
Oh
our
my
laundry.
I'm sorry. He had to ask you how to do it.
We
Your
had a
son?
new, we had a
The
new
way I
washing
would not be
machine.
married.
Yeah, like
No,
But
we had a
that's
new
your son
washing
asking.
machine. No, my
Oh,
husband.
her husband.
like most people
Why do you
only
do
go
it?
to the dentist when they have a toothache.
It was
You know
because
what I
it was a new washer
Right.
and he didn't know how to use it.
Why are you gatekeeping the instructions?
I did it.
Like, that's
They're
not
right
an
there.
excuse.
Yeah,
It's
you
a new
have to
washer.
teach
like, they're
them.
fucking generic.
You can
Each
lead a
one
horse
teach
to
one.
water.
Each one teach one. Come
And
on.
he knows I get pissy if you mix whites with blacks, like the clothes. He's like,
Oh, those
Why?
should never mix.
I fucking throw everything
I'm
together. I
kidding.
don't give two shits. I got no fucking time. for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be
Kids wear
honest,
5
I
outfits a
don't
day.
wash my clothes that much, like except for underwear and like socks.
somebody smells.
No, I really don't. Like I'll put my
Somebody
jeans.
smells.
You're welcome. It smells like man. You're welcome.
I'll put my jeans in the freezer.
Oh my gosh,
But-
you're not a freezer,
What?
Jeaner. You're not a freezer,
So the
Jeaner.
food smells.
That would be
Yeah,
really
if
cool.
you put your jeans in the freezer, it kills the bacteria. And I just don't like washing my clothes that much.
You
'Cause I don't
freeze
Some of
them?
the underwear goes in
You
the
just
freezer.
said you like laundry, bro.
You freeze
That's
them.
yeah.
No,
'cause
I
they
do
don't have
like-
any.
Laundry, but I just yeah.
Putting your clothes in the laundry in the freezer is not doing laundry. I just
That would be a nice frisky morning.
No, I do. I just said I like I wash my underwear and my socks and stuff like that. But like jeans, like I'm not washing jeans.
Does your
So
ice
your
taste
jeans
funny?
with
Wear
the chicken?
socks.
No,
Does
I
your
do
ice
get
taste
high a
funny?
lot
I don't
though,
wear underwear.
which is weird. I don't know why.
So, do you store your jeans with your chicken or your ice cream?
No, I
So
have a
that's
mini
actually
fridge
funny.
actually for my clothes.
Holy
Not a
I
shit.
swear to
need
God.
for it.
I'm not
Instead of
joking.
ice cream, it's called Gene cream.
I think just
Gene
doing,
cream.
I think just doing
Oh.
laundry would be better. than
That was a
freezing
good
your
one, Mother.
clothes, you know what I mean? But,
So do
No,
you,
I don't
You
like
know,
washing my
you know when,
clothes
like,
because
true religion was like a thing. Like,
or like
everyone was
thawing
like,
out
yeah.
all the time.
So do you like
Have to put
thaw it out the night before or something?
no, it doesn't freeze. They're not wet.
So it's just really cold when you put them on.
I think
Yeah,
it's
and
fucking
it-
brilliant.
Oh,
I
God.
just got to
Like,
say
it-
that, Wade.
It kills the bacteria.
Yeah.
You're being sarcastic, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm not. I've never heard of this.
And it kills the
doesn't make
bacteria, and then it doesn't make them all like you know how your clothes like after washing them a few times like it can get like
Smell
pilly. Yeah.
Right.
So just
Well, my
throw them in the
grandma
freezer.
used to put it in the freezer when we got new
Yeah.
stuff.
See, this
Yeah,
is
so-
why the heterosexual community and gay community has to have fucking conversation.
Yep, yep.
Because I just learned
Oh
shit.
my God.
Oh,
Yeah.
stop! You're just using me.
Yeah, okay. What are you, what do they call? Token. Yeah. Wade is the laundry
It's
token.
tokenizing.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
no, I
tokenizing
worked in
that
token.
laundry.
fashion retail for a long time,
That's all right.
so I had no thanks.
No, man, that's like
I'm
lazy
sitting
ass
here.
shit right there.
Frisky
sit-
wakes up.
I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the body count topic. The body count. Have you guys went down that road yet on here?
Oh, we
Not
can
yet.
do it all over.
No, I'm not gonna do it, but I want your
Why
guys'
not?
take on
It's
it.
my favorite topic.
Yeah, well, I mean, because my question is this, all right? At the end of the day, should women have the right to do it? I would say, sure, they have the right to do it. You know what I mean? But like, is it
What, to
good?
be a hussy?
Is it good for them? You know? Yeah.
Well, it's not. It's often
It is
not
good
good
for 'em.
if you're going that way.
It's good for them.
That's
Like,
sweet.
because
that is such a
nobody likes
Canadian thing.
virgins.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
No, it's facts.
Yeah.
Lots of men suck.
You know what? Body count doesn't matter to me, but I was just talking to my boyfriend yesterday about this. I've never had, can you say ST?
STD?
Yeah. Okay. I've never had anything ever once, and I'm like super proud of myself because I've definitely
You never get laid or what?
Nah, don't worry. There's still hope.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah, one day it could happen for you.
No, I've done
can
very
dream.
questionable things. Like when I was like in my teens and like early 20s, like I definitely like was on Craigslist and shit. But I've never had anything. I've always been like safe. So I don't think body count matters. What matters is you're like
He said body count doesn't matter.
How are you doing on Craigslist? Isn't that where you sell stuff?
Honestly, like, isn't that where you sell furniture?
I'm
Yes,
old.
that's
Okay?
exactly why.
No,
That's exactly it.
I'm 35. Okay, we used to go on Craigslist, and there would be like, you know,
I'm
like ads
37.
for
I've
like.
never been on Craigslist. Like, hey, look at.
Well,
look
you're
at
boring, so.
All this time, Wade.
Does it work?
All this time, Wade thought that the free table, just came with it.
Yeah.
You guys buy
I
your
went to pick up a
furniture?
table,
I
but I
just sell
got.
myself on Craigslist.
Hey, have you guys ever saw like the little like pegboard or whatever they call it at like a corn shop where it has like it tells you what they do, then it has like a bunch of little like numbers at the bottom and it's like cut where you could rip the number off. But anyway, I've seen those before. It's like a whole wall full of people offering things.
Shit.
Yeah, I've seen that for like music lessons and tutors.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. It's like that, but some corn shops will have that. Yeah. It's
So
like,
the corn shops just sell like tutoring lessons on how to play like a skin flute.
yeah, it's like Craigslist in real life. You're just looking at it like, wow. You know?
Didn't you ever go to like the convenience store, like the corner shop, and like there was like a back room that had a red curtain?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
Oh yeah, I remember those. Yep.
Bruh.
Yeah. I remember those.
The only time I went in those back rooms that had fucking slot machines. That's all I'm saying.
no,
It's
there was
illegal
like
gambling.
You could call it that.
there was a store up the street
It was a
when
slot,
I was a
but a
kid.
different kind of slot.
Right, it didn't pay out.
Yep.
No, no, you're talking about glory holes now, dude.
Oh dear lord.
Oh, the
Help us all. But here's the thing about body count that
Yeah.
bothers a single person that's dating, I think, and this has happened to me, is we've all broken up with somebody, you know, went off the skids for 8 months and then got back together. But when she came back, she had new fucking tricks. And I'm just like, where the fuck
Where'd
did you
you
learn that?
learn this?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're like, who taught you? Who taught you this?
Right, right.
I want to thank
I
them,
want to
but
thank
I'm
him,
also mad
but
about it.
yeah, exactly. Oh, let me shake his hand, but damn it, you whore.
Yeah, I appreciate him, but fuck him, you know? Yeah.
Not the new tricks, yeah. Oh, me
Yeah.
just
Interesting.
They're only new trick. They're not tricks. It's just how you do it these days.
It's the new way.
it's a new trick.
It's all about self now.
Yeah, all this new generation wants is just to get pissed on, and they don't care about anyone else.
Rage against.
You're into that? That's cool.
I've seen a few
No, I'm
women
kidding.
I would be fine with.
Can you read that better now?
No.
After dark.
It's just I think it's just too many words, so it makes it
can
small.
read it.
I could read it, but it's just like
But that's
Yeah,
just because I
it's-
had an
it's-
eye exam.
it's easier to read. It's easier to read now, but it's still like
Yeah.
a little
Yeah,
smaller.
I think they just didn't bold that font because it wouldn't fit.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think
Yeah,
about?
it's hard to read.
What do you guys? What do
I
you
have
think
a
about-
stigmatism from years
Shut
of
the fuck
alcoholism.
I have
What do you-
Oh my
stigmatism
God.
too on both of my eyes.
Sonia, you never let me speak.
No,
I
when I'm
know.
talking-
Let Wade speak.
I was asking you
Yeah.
as a question.
No, she never lets me speak. She mutes at any time.
Yeah, every
Anytime.
time you start talking,
Sonia always lets me speak.
I was asking a question. I'm sorry, Wade. Go ahead and finish, okay, honey?
No, you know what? I'm not even hungry anymore. I'm just gonna go, okay?
so stupid.
Just the appetizers, damn.
I wasn't gonna say anything important. Sonia, go ahead.
No, it's fine. We weren't talking about.
It's all about you, Wade. Go ahead.
No, I literally forget.
No, really. Go ahead.
It's that gay tension.
Sonia, what were you going to ask?
I was just going to ask your opinion on the generational oppression topic.
General oppression, it's toxic. When you say generational oppression, are you talking about like how everybody's a victim? Are you saying how everyone's kind of a victim right now?
Yes.
Are you talking about a certain marginalized group?
I believe America, and I say this a lot, America has become a victim of its own success, and everybody's grown a fucking wishbone where a backbone should be, you know? And that's what's happening now, you know? So it's the paradox of success. Once you have a successful nation, you're going to have people with the ability to have a lot of privilege. That privilege is going to cause them to be lazy and not appreciative.
That laziness creates weakness, and that weakness creates harder times, and those harder times create stronger men.
Yeah.
We're going to have some strong fucking men here in a short while, I guess. Because I'm sick of it.
Everyone is whining about how, like, they can't, like, certain minorities, I guess, or whatever, are whining about how they can't get a job, and like racism is still this here and there, and like.
I could tell you what that is. It's abdication of power. Like think about this, right? These stories people tell a lot of time, they're their permission slips. I've said this a lot on here. When you tell the same story over and over again, right? A lot of time you're telling it to have a permission slip signed. Like, let's say that I had a bad dad, and I tell everybody, my dad was so mean to me. My dad was so mean to me. I'm handing them a permission slip with that story. And then when they go, oh, that's so sad, they just sign that permission slip. So then I take that permission slip and I use it to justify staying stuck in my life. That story is the permission slip that allows us to stay stuck. It's like an alibi over achievement mindset. Like, I can't make it, and this is why. And then they go, oh, and then you use that to rationalize staying stuck in your life. That's why I say, regardless of the situation, regardless of what you've been through, at some point we all have to decide to either rise above our raising or allow it to destroy us. You know, at some point we all have to decide to rise above our raising.
Pastor Block.
But like, we hear these people like coming in, and like, even today I said to this gentleman, like, can you stop like spreading oppression to like the young kids? Because like, this isn't affecting you, it's not affecting them, but you're creating this like narrative where you hate. Like, you're turning things around in the wrong way, like where white people are awful and we did all these things to you, but like, it doesn't even affect you.
It's a boogeyman to blame, because if you don't have a boogeyman to blame, then you have to take personal accountability. You know, if you can't if you don't face it, you can't fix it. Right. And so it's always a problem. It's always a problem that they didn't create it, therefore they can't solve it. It's somebody else that created it, therefore it's for somebody else to solve. And when they do that, they abdicate the power and the responsibility over to somebody other than themselves. Instead
and it causes people to be lazy. Lazy, I said it.
Oh, yeah, lazy, and it gives them an excuse because, like I said, if they didn't create the problem and you're the problem, then you have to solve the problem. There's nothing they could do about it. They're just a victim. You know what I mean? So it's a way to abdicate all their power up to somebody.
And the very people they blame is the people that are successful, that has moved beyond their oppressions, because everybody has an oppression of some kind, you know? But it's the difference of grinding it or just fucking giving up.
Well, we all have that story we can cling to for the rest of our life.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I always say, like, unalive the story before the story unalives you. We'll say that, you know? And a lot
like, I was in a live the other day with this girl, and I said, tell me how you were oppressed in 2023. And she's like, my father had all these things, and he told me and taught me that, like, white people are bad and white people are this. And I'm like, so you're not oppressed, you're literally just racist. Like, you're telling me that your family is telling you to hate on white people. Like, how is that? How are you oppressed?
No, didn't you know that apparently only white people are racist? Did you know that?
I've been hearing it. Like, think about this, though, right? That's why so many people live in the past, because in the past all the work has already been done. There's nothing left for them to do. That's why they're afraid to live in the future, because the work still calls out to them. So a lot of times when they think about these things, they go back to the past.
Hey, I got a ribbon for getting 4th place in the 200 hurdles in the 9th grade. I'm good, okay?
Yeah. And also they'll live through...
Really? In the 9th grade, my dad beat the shit out of me.
They'll also live through, like, the vicarious oppression of their ancestors.
A
lot of that shit.
It was in the 5th grade.
like vicarious trauma. Like, oh,
Yep.
my great grandma had this thing happen to her, therefore I feel the trauma now. It's just vicarious oppression. It's just another excuse to not make it in life.
You want to keep crying? I'll give you something to cry about, boy.
Too many participation ribbons.
Why did that turn me on a little?
You ain't bleeding, shake it off.
Right? Rub some dirt on it.
Yeah. You know what I've learned about everything? And I'm going to say the word sweet spot. People might like that. But there's there's sweet spots in different things, you know? Even with the participation trophies, right? That was actually based in solid psychology, but they just overdid it. You know what I mean? And even with the body count thing, right? Here's the thing about body count, and this is all done in the stats, and it's been repeated. Like, there's a certain amount of people that a woman could have sex with, or sleep with, I should say, where you get to a point where it's like, it's not so few that later she's going to rebel and try to, like, leave her marriage to sow her wild oats, but there's also a number that's, like, too much to where it does,
Yes.
like, psychological damage, adds depression, things like that. And there's a reason for that, too, psychologically, the reason that happens. But yeah, it's that sweet spot, and there's a lot of sweet spots in life. You know what I mean? It's just, and even with the whole, like, because what you want to do, you want to like have confident children, and you want to teach them to be confident. So, and you want to let them win some of the time. The problem is when you overdo that, and you let them win all the time, you create a bunch of lazy ass kids. You know what I mean? That don't put any effort in, and they still expect to win, and that's the problem with that. You know.
Totally. I don't let my kids win. I destroy them at everything all the time.
Well, here's the thing, though, right?
Oh, we don't play Monopoly anymore.
If your kids working their ass off and they're really putting the effort in and they're really, really trying hard, it's good from time to time to let them win. Let them know what it feels like to win. Success breeds success. Now, if they're being lazy, they're bitching, they're crying, they're not putting the effort in, never let them win. But
you know what? My 8-year-old beats me off
hard,
all the time about how he's going to beat me, and I'm very competitive.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Like, I always, like, chances make champions. You know what I mean? So, like, these kids, they have to learn to take chances. They have to learn to risk it, you know? And, like, you know what they base this back to? And it's true with humans, too. They base it back to, like, rats at play. Because, like, rats, they have, like, a fairness circuit in their brain, right? So if you take, like, a little rat, and he wrestles with a big rat, and the big rat always kicks his ass, the little rat doesn't want to wrestle anymore. So that the big rat realizes, I have to let him win some of the time, or else the game's over. And that's kind of how we are. Like, we typically, in general, have to win like 30 to 40% of the time, at least, or we don't want to play anymore. And that's like the psychology that they base the, like, trophies on. But the problem is they overdid it and started giving kids shit for everything, even though they didn't put any effort into it, and it kind of blew up in their faces. You know what I mean?
Not when I was a kid. I got bodied in soccer one time when I was a kid, and nobody did a thing. And I was like, I got winded. I couldn't breathe, and I was like throwing up. And none of those parents, not even mine, even came to help me.
Playing soccer in grade 6, and I got picked on and made fun of and bullied.
There was a kid in my neighborhood that had a basketball hoop, and we were playing basketball with him, and his mom came out, and she said, if you don't let him win, you can't play on our court anymore. And we just quit playing on that kid's court, and we bullied the shit out of that kid. You know what I mean?
100%. Damn, not sins of the parent.
Yeah, in order for us to ever play with that kid, we had to let him win, and we forever just had no respect for him. He got bullied his whole. To this day, he's like 40, and people still bully that kid or bully that man.
Does he have Down syndrome?
No. He just had a mom that crippled him, and he's been raised like that his whole life, and he's still like that. Because, you know, he was babied.
The same as teaching oppression.
Gave him Down syndrome.
It's the same as teaching oppression.
Yep. Yeah, and he's always just and it's messed up.
Fuck, my phone's not letting me let people out.
He needed that struggle, like when he was younger. It would have built him and made him stronger, you know?
Yeah, sometimes you gotta get bullied. Like, I was bullied.
Oh, yeah.
And I had, I had my ass handed to me a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it made me gay. No, I'm kidding. But it made me, I don't know. And then I bullied other kids. Like, we all just do it, you know what I mean? Like, unless the kid's, severely, messed, I can't say the word, but
Yeah.
We just all bully each other, I think.
Yeah. There's a saying. It's the more you sweat in times of peace, the less you bleed in times of war. And what it means is that shit, those hard times, they will make you stronger. They will build you up. They do help you. You know what I mean? Like their character building. Now, for some people, the bullying gets so bad it's detrimental. But at the end of the day, a little bit of bullying, a lot of times, is character building. You know?
You know how, like, with scar tissue, like, scars, like, heal and the skin gets thicker?
Mm-hmm.
It's literally that.
Scar tissue, Wade?
I think it's an album by Papa Roach. No,
Red Hot
Papa
Chili
Roach.
Peppers.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you another analogy like that. When a seed is put into dirt, we pray for change, but with all change comes disruption. Those roots have to grow, and it disrupts that dirt, and it becomes soil.
Yeah, trees strong.
Yeah, that's true. You know, like in the Navy SEALs and a lot of the like barracks or whatever, they have a thing painted on the walls, and it says, "We don't rise to meet the level of our expectations. We fall to meet the level of our training." You know, and they live by that every day. They realize that they're not going to rise to meet the level of their expectations. They're going to fall to meet the level of their training. So they work their ass off. You know what I mean? It goes back to. I'll say this real quick too. It goes back to that old saying: "It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war." That's also very true. You know,
the snakes are gonna get in.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember your bullies' names? Because I remember them all.
No, I was the bully.
Yeah, me too. But like savagely, I was the ringleader, all that shit.
Yeah,
I got bullied by a teacher. She told me once, "No one's gonna care about your feelings, so you better care about your own and get your ass in gear."
That's bullying?
I bullied my teachers.
Like sound advice.
Because I was being bullied by two other girls, and she said that to me, that no one's going to care about your feelings.
Yeah.
And she was just a horror teacher.
I wish I had her as a mom.
She would run for council in my city.
George Clooney. She didn't teach. She used to read us like love stories, and I remember like she would just make fun of all the immigrant kids and just like fail us and call us stupid and say we didn't know how to write, and like she was a horrid teacher.
Yeah,
I like her. She sounds great, actually.
Oh god, no, she was racist. Oh my god.
My bully's name was Dad. Oh,
yeah. Hey, God.
One of my
that's an interesting name.
Yeah. No,
what was your nickname in high school? Mine was Faggot.
No, yeah. That was Wade. I'll be honest with you. That was all of our nicknames.
No, he can say it. If you're part of that community, you're actually allowed to say it.
TikTok will hear my gay inflection in my voice and be like, "Yeah, he's cool."
Wade, how old are you?
He's
30. I just turned 35 in August.
35.
Ew, you're old.
I know.
Shut up.
Thank you for that.
He's young. I just want to say it's refreshing to hear a gay person on TikTok be a gay person. I mean, seriously.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying?
He's a gay millennial.
You're one of the good
I'm not
ones.
a millennial. I'm Gen X.
No,
Aren't I Gen X?
Goofy. You're a millennial.
You weirdo.
No, I think I'm Gen X.
No, you're a millennial.
Well, then how come I remember the Spice Girls Coca-Cola or Pepsi commercial that goes Generation X, Generation X?
That's your culture.
Oh.
Love Wade.
Spice Girls. One second, real quick. Does the Spice Girls actually declare which generation we are?
So, I tell you what I want, what I really want. So, I tell you what you really want.
No, they had a Pepsi commercial. The Pepsi. They had a Pepsi commercial where they were saying Generation X, and I remember that. So I like.
Sorry, one more time.
They're older than us, Goofy. They're literally. Like
Am I getting called Goofy by a straight person? Because that's really mean and twisted.
It's giving me bully vibes.
Those are fighting words in Prizzy.
Prizzy.
I've been arrested 6 times, actually. I'm not kidding.
Oh my god.
What a flex. What a flex.
We missed you.
I forget what somebody asked me the other day. They were like, "What have you been arrested 6 times for?" Actually, I think it might be 7 now. And I couldn't remember. But the first time was for stealing a car when I was 13 or something like that.
Was it misleading on Craigslist?
Yeah, exactly. And then I think the rest are for like, I don't know, regular things like assault and stuff like that.
Oh, regular.
Just regular things.
Yeah.
Just regular.
Caught a charge.
Yeah, just do it.
No,
do it while
I've
you're
actually,
young before you
I've had
turn
everything
18.
cleared. I'm not a,
Yeah, just
I'm not an
do it
idiot.
while you're young. It's better to do it all while you're young.
That's,
You
I
don't-
know.
Yeah, catch
That's
those
what I
adult
try to tell
charges.
my nephew. I'm like, if you're going to commit a crime, do it now, okay? Before you're...
Expungement's a lot easier.
You're like, no, right now. And he's like, I'm sleeping. You're like, get out of bed, commit some crime.
Commit the fucking crime or else.
Yeah.
Pussy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Has anybody else been arrested?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been arrested.
I've arrested a lot of people.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, being arrested, it's not always so fun, you know?
I thought it was fun, like, when I was younger, but then I started getting older, and then I was like, I fucking hate this.
Have you ever had a cop beat the shit out of you before?
I got
Yeah, the
arrested
cops just like,
in a strip club in Kingston because my girlfriends went up on stage with the dancers. Yeah, Kingston, Ontario. And then
More.
So my girlfriend started taking their tops off like on the stage because one of the rippers invited them up, and then another one of the rippers was like, "This is my stage," and she like went up there and she knocked my friend Grace right in the eye, and then knocked my friend Madeline in the chin, and then the bouncer came up to me and was like, "You fucking F word." And then the cops came.
Fucking F word, he says.
You've got to get that tattoo removed.
Yeah. And then the cops came, and then they were like, "What's happening here?" And I'm like, "Those rippers just like assaulted my friends, and the bouncer assaulted me." And then they were just like, "Shut up!" And then they just put me in cuffs, and then I started yelling hate crime, just to be dramatic, because I'm like,
right.
And then they put me in a cell in Kingston. I had no idea where I was, and then
How are the jails?
I woke up.
Was it haunted?
No, that's in.
That's in
Oh,
Kingston.
I know what you're talking about. I feel.
Yeah, it's in Kingston.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Jails and city is Kingston, Ontario.
Oh my God, was I in the haunted jail?
You were.
That's what happened.
I didn't know. Well, and then I wake up, and then they get you McDonald's in the morning if you go to the tank.
Damn, that's fancy jails.
What?
Yeah. So one of the guards was like walking around with McDonald's like breakfast sandwiches, and he got me a BLT, but I was like passed out on this concrete slab, like in this cell, and he's like, "Hey, wake up!" And he's
Dress up and eat.
Yeah, he's like, "Did you want this?" And I guess I was just like I couldn't even talk. And then he threw the sandwich through the slot like a frisbee, and it hit me in the face. And then I swear to God, I was assaulted by a BLT.
Yeah,
I know.
Damn.
And then
Giving McDonald's in prison, like, you know.
And then I woke up, and there was like a tomato with like mayonnaise like sliding down like the fucking cinder block wall, and like I was like covered in like lettuce and stuff.
Jesus.
And then
Sounds
yeah,
like
I've never been back to Kingston.
solitary.
Everybody knows that Ronald McDonald is a bigot.
Yeah. I remember, like, when I was 12, I got arrested, and they put me in the back of the cop car, and I was 12 years old, and I remember saying, "Why is this seat made out of hard rubber like this? Why isn't it comfortable? This is so uncomfortable. This is a stupid, hard plastic seat." And then, okay, check this out. Like 20 years later, I get arrested again. I'm back in the same, like, type of seat, and I go, "Oh, because it's easier to clean. That's why. Easier to clean. Because people probably bleed back here. A lot of stuff happens here. They can just wipe it down. It's easy to clean. That's why it's not cloth." But it's funny because it took me like 20 years to answer that question. I asked it when I was a little kid, and I answered it when I was a grown man. Yeah, it's funny. But anyway.
The last time I got arrested, it was because I punched my boyfriend in the face.
Punched him in the face?
Well, both of them, yeah.
Both of them?
Actually, I slapped one of them and then I punched the other one.
Sounds like a healthy relationship.
I was arrested.
Hold on, my
driving to go get my tire.
Do you practice polygamy? Is that polygamous?
It was a throuple.
Oh.
Yeah, like a tripod.
I was arrested like 9 months ago for Grand Theft Auto. What? I didn't do it though, so they let me
Nice.
go. Yeah, they let me go, but they beat the shit out of me pretty good. They're not nice.
Really?
Like a felony arrest. They had a whole task force that was after me for a long time. Then they found me, and it wasn't good. But anyway, it wasn't. It was all some bullshit with my family. It didn't really involve me, but they thought it did. It was just like a mix-up. But yeah, they did me super dirty. Then they thought I was gonna sue, so they were like really kissing my ass. And I really could have sued, but I didn't because it just. Then I think back, maybe I should have, but I just,
You definitely should have.
yeah, but like I'm one of those people like Back to Blue and all that shit that immediately when they.
But
hit
listen,
me,
what were you just saying about men and how like if they keep doing what they're doing, they're gonna keep doing it?
Yeah, exactly.
Wasn't that you that was saying that?
Uh huh. Yeah.
You're giving them the,
Yeah.
called it some piece of paper, permission slip. You're giving
Yeah,
them
permission
the
slip.
permission slip.
I know.
Consent.
I think about that shit too. Lawsuit. I would have got a lot of money. It was an easy lawsuit, but yeah, and I still probably can. But it's just one of those things, you know.
Go do
A
it.
lot of energy.
Block, when you go to prison, I'll be your pen pal.
Nice, yeah, yeah.
I
Man,
think
they
he
were
could
like,
reform some prisoners.
they were telling me all this crazy shit about like yeah, they were talking shit. Yeah, you're gonna be in there for a long time. I'm like, okay. But like I was already in the mindset of like my mindset had changed. I'm like, oh, this is my life now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
the thing.
This is what it's gonna be, you know.
Jail isn't that bad, honestly. Like, it's...
Yeah.
Like,
You're gay.
whatever.
It's kind of great.
Right.
No.
You make new friends.
It's kind of the coolest thing ever.
It's fun. You get to meet new people, like something new.
Right.
There's
All
no
walks of
women in
life.
here.
Oh,
Right.
so funny. Yeah, the showers are amazing. Yeah, no, I just, yeah. But anyway, that was, they hog-tied me, and then they told me to get up. I remember the cop was kind of funny, because he was like, they hog-tied me, do all this stuff to me, they got me shackled, and they look at me, and there's like literally 40 of them all pissed, like pew-pews drawn on me. And they
I
go,
fucking
"Don't
hate
do-
handcuffs.
don't-"
They hurt so
go,
much.
"Don't do anything stupid." And I was like, what am I gonna do? Get you with my fucking mind? Like, what do you think? What am I, a fucking X-Men? What do you think? What do you think I'm gonna do to you? You know
So,
what I mean?
did you resist, or was it just
No, I didn't have an option to resist. They beat the shit out of me right from the start.
really?
Like this is what. Let me just tell you what happened. They go, hold your hands out of the truck now. Hold your hands out of the truck. You
Sure.
know what I mean? They
Yeah.
go, open the door from the outside of the door.
Yeah.
Open through, and then they open the door. Step out now. They go, put
Yeah.
your hands behind your head. They go, turn around backwards. Turn around backwards.
Walk
so I'm
towards
walking
me.
backwards.
Yeah.
I'm walking backwards, and when I got to them, they kicked me in the back of the knee, bit my knee, took me down, roughed me up.
I
shackled
think
me.
they're secretly like sadists, like
It was
dentists.
it was a felony arrest from a task force. It wasn't like a normal stop. You know what I mean? They
Yeah,
weren't,
but
they weren't
that's
fucking
not-
around. There was
They had your
40
number,
different
yeah.
officers, 40 different types. There was like literally like 6 different types of pew-pews on me. Yeah, it wasn't good. I still have like I kind of get a little PTSD like when I see cops
No
now.
shit.
They drive by, and because here's the thing, right?
I never did.
Even when
any
you're
of that
doing
shit.
nothing wrong, you're still like, I didn't do it.
Well, because here's the thing, though. They didn't tell me what it was about. I didn't know what it was about. And when I said
Right.
ask, they go, do I ask the fucking questions? Or do you? And they've got they're pushing the pew-pews to my head and everything, right? And they weren't
God.
communicating with me. So then they threw me in the back of this, they shackled me, threw me in the back of the truck. I'm sitting there in this parking lot of the jail for like 2 hours. They finally come in, take me, and start booking me. And then they're explaining to me what it's about. Nobody had said anything to me up to that point. They were just cowboys, man. They were just cowboys.
Yeah. Was it a small town?
No, it's like the LAPD, BPD type people. California has some mean ass cops, man. They're like gangsters themselves, you know, depending on where you're at.
I feel like Toronto cops are like really nice. Like, not the last time that I got arrested, but the
You want some McDonald's, eh?
time before that,
Right.
Yeah.
they like walked into my house and they were like, you live here? And they were like looking at the chandelier and they were like impressed. So they like treated me better. And I was like, hell yeah, white privilege.
check this out.
I'm shackled behind my back, right? And they're yelling, "Get up, get up!" And they can't lift me. Like there's one guy, he can't eat. Like he's not even trying to lift me. I can't lift myself because my wrists are shackled to my ankles. So I'm sitting there, and finally, you know what I do? And I'm barely, and they're like, "Get up!" And they're trying to get me up. So you know what I do? And they're screaming at me, and they act like they're gonna pop me, man. But I told them I just did it anyway, even they told me not to. I had to use my elbow, and I put it on the tire of one of their cars, and I lifted myself up by my elbow, and it was the most awkward shit, man. But anyway, yeah, they were like yanking me by the chains, and like my wrists were all messed up, my shoulder was messed up, my hip was all messed up. They did some, it was all bad. They didn't have to do the shit. Some of the shit they did, like I understand some of the shit they did, a lot of it was completely inexcusable. There was just no excuse. Yeah, there was no excuse for a lot of the shit.
I was a cop for 5 years, and hogtied people, sure, but that's ridiculous. I mean, once you're submitted, there's nothing more you can do but take them and book them. It's over.
Well, like I said too, though, like there were so many people there. There was like a big C, like a C. There was an opening, and the guy right in the middle was the one directing me. Come back, turn around, walk backwards. You know what I mean? And I walked backwards.
I get all that, yeah.
Have you ever had, one time I got zip tied because the bouncers at this place, they didn't have cups. And they put zip ties and they strapped me to like a chair.
Was it a real cop or just a guy in a uniform?
No, and then
it was just a boombox.
No, it was like this dumb bouncer because I went into a bar and the owner told the bouncers that I gave him the middle finger, but he was just mad because I didn't hook up with him one time. And then he was like, "Get him out of here." So then they like tackled me. There was like 6 of them. And then they dragged me to like the back patio and like zip tied my hands together behind a chair, like a tall, like one of those like high chairs. And one of the guards, or not guard, he was just a bouncer. He probably went to the police academy, but he fucked up. So he became a bouncer at a bar. And then he was like taking pictures of me sitting like zip tied to a chair, and I'm like, this is fucking weird.
Yeah, that sounds weird. Yeah, see, like I've been like,
I don't even know if that's legal, Wade.
Yeah,
no, it wasn't because when the cops got there, they were like telling them, they're like, you can't do this. Like in Canada, like they
had no arrest authority.
Yeah, and they had to let me go, and the cops were like talking to me and asking me if I wanted to like press charges and stuff, and I was like, no, I'll do this again tomorrow, like it's fine.
When I was a kid, when I was a kid, the cops would arrest me and interrogate me for hours, and they never did paperwork on it ever. They never did anything like that. They were just trying to get information from like the neighborhood I lived in. So they would actually arrest me, bring me in, and they would release me a lot of time the next morning. There was one time they called my dad, and he was like, "Fuck them, let them hang or whatever." So they like,
oh my God.
Yeah. So they never cared, but like they would just, they would just try to get information. But yeah, I used to be in those interrogation rooms. They would ask me a bunch of stuff. But yeah,
I had a good time in court one time. I forget what the charge was, but I wore like a really nice Calvin Klein suit. And I went in, and this like young guy, I guess was like a lawyer, comes up to me and he's like, "Are you a law student?" Because I was dressed nicely, and everybody else was in like fucking, I don't know, basketball shorts and shit,
pajamas.
Yeah.
Oh
and
my
he was
God!
like,
Are you a law student?
Yeah. He goes, "Are you a law student?" And I was like, "No, I'm a criminal." And then he like took me out into the hallway and he gave me all this legal advice because I didn't have a lawyer. Like I was just going to use duty counsel or whatever they call it. And he gave me all this advice. He was like, "They just want you to plead guilty and then like he'll get off and stuff like that." And the guy saved me. He was so nice. He was kind of cute too.
You know, cops used to tell me a lot when I was a kid. They would be like, "You know you're white, right? You know you're white, right?" I used to hear that a lot when I was a kid. "You know you're white."
Really?
Right? Oh yeah, very really, yeah.
That's
and it was
crazy.
And it wasn't even mostly because I had some like black friends, but that wasn't even why they were asking. They were asking because I had so many Mexican friends. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
I grew up in what they call like the barrio in California. You know what I mean? A little labor.
So they're basically saying like, "What are you doing hanging around this crowd?"
Yeah, well,
I fucking live here.
He's a very Mexican type white boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they used to always just say like,
"You didn't fit the profile."
Yeah, you know you're white, right? They always say that all the time. But yeah, that was interesting.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I remember. Like I'll never forget it because I remember my hair was slicked back. I was all like Ben Davis style with like the Cortez shoes and like the hairnet and everything. And he was just like, you know, you're white, right?
Glock was a regular vato.
Like, don't ever call me that again. What do you call it?
Hey, I got a joke. What do you call a Mexican that's not a full essay? A paragraph.
A paragraph.
Hold on. What is she talking about in the comments? The racism. Did I miss something?
I do.
What? Oh my god.
I cannot believe
Shaquille Oatmeal. Somebody named Shaquille Oatmeal.
Is she still here?
Maybe she's talking about the cop telling me that I know I'm white. Maybe, hopefully.
It's everywhere. My God, never put another black person in my position like that.
Well, first of all, God didn't put him into position. But anyway.
Well, that's like what I was saying when, like, the one time when the cops came into my house and they were like just looking around, like with stars in their eyes. I put my hands behind my back because I was like, okay, like just do it, like cuff me, I'm ready. Like, let's
get on with it.
Yeah, and they were like, no, you're good.
Yeah,
and they didn't.
Black people, she says.
Cuff
What are
me.
you talking about, Rena?
That time.
Yeah, cops have done me super dirty. Like I don't like. I don't know, man. Like.
Did you guys say something nasty?
No,
I didn't say anything, and there wasn't even a train.
Yeah, the only thing I said was that cops used to tell me when I was a kid, they you know you're white, right? That might have been it, but it's nothing. We're not saying anything. They're just being
race hadn't even been mentioned up until that one phrase that someone else said.
I think Rena is just kind of like trolling, maybe.
Yeah,
because there's nothing really.
Hop up here.
Really know. She could
I
explain.
already said hop up. She's in her box all the time. Why don't you come up, Rena?
Yeah, so she could explain what she's been talking about.
Yeah.
Explain.
Could be innocent. I don't know.
I wish Candace Owens.
Hi.
How are you?
She did join.
Yeah. I just felt so bad when you said that the police told you,
There we go.
you know you're white. You know you're white, right?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Yep.
I hear it's a privilege.
That's
Yeah.
that's a really big privilege.
Yep. Well, like,
Hey, Candace.
I think a lot of time too, it has to have to do with the way you look and how you carry yourself.
Especially
100% side carry yourself.
because religion doesn't condone racism. It's especially when people do not have God in their life. That's when this really happens. But
Okay.
even religious people.
No, it really happens on the street.
Yeah.
Religion does condone racism.
Shut up, White.
No, a real one doesn't.
What's a real religion?
Like people who really follow it for real.
What, your religion?
No, the real religion.
What's the real religion?
I mean, when you really follow God's word, then
What God?
What God? It's only one God.
Yeah, yours. Right?
No, it's not yours. My God is your God, and our God is one.
Okay.
Okay, Rena.
We'll go with that, I guess.
Yes,
God gives us free will, though.
yes, and you can take it anytime.
Absolutely. So, I mean, what does that have to do with law and order?
Law and order
There's a
is when you
separation.
do something, you have an oath. You give an oath.
Rena sounds like a really nice person.
Yeah. So,
It's like beating a chicken.
that's Wade. That's
What?
Wade. Are you slapping an ass, Wade?
Yeah, I'm clapping some cheeks over here.
Fine, I'll.
Oh, it's Brandon.
It's
building
not
his
me.
workshop. Fucking living on those train tracks. Oh my god.
But anyways,
Yeah,
I like the way cedar smells. Okay.
I do too.
all right, bye now.
Okay, now.
Au revoir. Be good.
How you
God
doing?
bless you.
All right, have a good night.
Wait, Brandon, what?
He said au revoir.
It's French
goodbye.
for goodbye.
Oh, okay.
He's
Adios.
Canadian, eh?
Like, what'd you call me?
Right.
Vaya con Dios.
What kind of racist statement was that?
Okay, bye, SL.
Bye, honey.
See you later.
Yeah, I don't know who Rena is, but she sounds very nice.
I like her. She has that voice I like.
Yeah, she has that
Oh my
voice
God.
I can't get mad at.
Slide in the
It'll be nice.
DMs.
Oh, you know I will.
It was actually annoyed me, but I get where she was coming from, but that doesn't protect you.
She
from
sounds like she could be
law.
submissive.
Oh my god.
Really?
Brandon, like, stop
Okay.
hitting your wood or whatever you're doing.
Right. I think he is clapping cheeks.
Yeah.
To her god.
Yeah, take the ball gag out and let him say the safe word already. You know what I mean? He's going,
That's why he hits that train thing every time he screams. Choo choo.
Yep. I'm out where you hear banjos.
yeah.
What are you making, Brandon?
I'm just splitting it. Just splitting the cedar. Earlier I
Firewood
took
or
down.
what?
Is
Yeah.
Cedar his name?
Well, earlier today I took down the stairs for the deck, so now I have all
The
that
deck?
cedar I get to use
The deck.
for the. Yeah, if you want to see it, you can add my OnlyFans.
Oh man.
You're going to get splinters, you know.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna jump off here for a minute. I
Yeah,
guess.
I'm gonna jump off for a little bit too. I might have a shower.
I appreciate y'all.
Wash
Thanks
your
for
hair.
listening to my
appreciate you.
bullshit.
Yeah.
You don't have to shower. Just put yourself in the freezer with your jeans.
I know, this hair
Yeah.
needs to
Bruh,
be washed.
that
I might go troll for a
that
bit.
is my hot take of the night. Is fucking jeans in the fucking freezer.